welcome to the third and final week of the Gelli Printing Techniques collaboration. I wanted to say thank you to Crafty Michelle for hosting this and letting me join in. I'm a complete newbie to this, as if you've been watching the other videos you will know, and I have learnt so much from all the other ladies on the collaboration, and also all the people leaving comments on my videos, and I've picked up so many tips and techniques, and it's just been a huge amount of fun. So I just want to thank everybody. And this week I am going to do some Gelli printing on a collage. So I've got some sort of thin bits of text and music and a dress pattern to put onto this thicker piece of paper, but I'm not going to do that on camera because seeing me stick bits of paper is going to probably be quite boring, and I'll probably procrastinate over where piece is going to go for ages. So I'll come back when that piece is finished, and also it needs to be completely dry before I do any Gelli printing on it. My collage piece is dry, so I filled up an A4 sheet, and yeah, it's completely dry now. I did heat set it a little, but I've also let it dry for a couple of hours, and I've now put some masks down on my Gelli plate. I need to make sure they're back to front. So they say the word explore, and I just need to obviously make sure they're in reverse. And I'm going to use this mahogany, which is a semi-opaque from Paper Artsy, to print off on here. First time I've done it, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm sort of happy with that, although I think because I've used this sort of discoloured paper, it's not always easy to see the words, and it has left a little bit behind. So yeah, you can see a bit white there, but it doesn't matter because I've got white bits anyway. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I need to glue that bit down a bit. And I just wonder if more solid shapes rather than words would have stood out better on this sort of background. But I am going to add some other bits to it as well, so I'm going to add some stamping to it. What I like about this one is you can see the tears from the paper, which is obviously what this has left behind, and you've got the texture of the paper as well. It's really cool. You can just about see that. Okay, so these words haven't come out very well. This one's alright, but I can always add stuff to it. But I really like this here with the rips that you can see and the texture of the paper. It's kind of like a crackle. Some other prints that I did off camera, I found in the book that I've hired from the library, the Gelli plate book. There's a technique called intaglio. I think I'm saying that right. And it basically leaves behind the line print, and it looks really cool in the book. Now you take some polystyrene and you score into it using a biro. Now this is the only polystyrene I had, and it's not really, it is a polystyrene but it's totally different. I mean, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's a different sort of texture to it. So I actually had to cut into it with my knife, and still wet. And yeah, it's because I had to sort of push the paint down into it, it didn't really work the same. But I took print off the polystyrene, so this is the one that's come off the polystyrene, which actually is quite cool still. And then I pressed the polystyrene onto the jelly plate and took this print. Now what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to leave behind these fine lines of where you've scored into it or etched into it, but obviously, like I say, because this is not polystyrene as we know it, so yeah, it just hasn't really worked as well, but I thought it was a pretty cool technique. And then I just picked up the remainder of the paint on this print because I'm not very happy with this print anyway, so I thought, you know, what's the worst that can happen? So yeah, it was just another technique that I tried, but yeah, I need some proper polystyrene, I think, to do it, so it looks really cool. One thing that I wanted to try is a transfer, so I'm going to use the Pebeo paints this time, and I'm using orange and Payne's grey. I'm going to do my orange layer first. Wow, it actually worked. I really didn't think that was going to work, and it has. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm still shocked that it worked. So yeah, this was just a magazine page out of one of my hubby's game magazines. So I didn't know if it would work or not. Obviously, you'd never know because it just reacts differently to different types of paper, but that's actually come out really cool. I like that. Yay. Thought I would run through the prints that I've done today and also show you some of the things that I've been making with the prints that I've done in previous videos. This one I did off camera, and I used the Sheena Douglas Storm embossing folder. I had seen Emma use this on one of her videos, an embossing folder, not this particular one. Yeah, and it looked really cool. So if you can go back to last week's video, and it's Emma from My Imaginations UK. Yeah, but she'll be in the box below because she's taking part in the collab. So yeah, that was a really cool one with embossing folder. Yeah, I used this Sheena Douglas Storm. So we've got the lightning and the clouds with some hills here. Unfortunately, can't really see that. And I've also added the Northern Lights stamp. I'm so determined to get the Northern Lights to show up on this paper to just look really cool. I need to persevere with it, I think. Then this was the one that I showed you earlier with the I think, oh no, I haven't thrown it away. So with the polystyrene, so this was directly off the polystyrene, which isn't polystyrene as we've already discussed. And then I made one, so I put that onto the jelly plate, picked one off the jelly plate, but unfortunately it wasn't that great, and I have now used it just to clean my brayer on. And then I picked up the remainder of the paint onto this one because it's a print I don't particularly like, so I'm just going to keep adding to it to see if I can fall in love with it eventually. This one is the collage I made from the music and the dress pattern and the book text, and then the masks that say explore, I am quite happy with that actually. I think I might add something to it maybe, or maybe cut it down again and recollage it. I don't know. Is that a word? It is now. And then this one was the one I pulled, the ghost print with the cheesecake, which, by the way, that paint should not be called that because it instantly made me crave cheesecake. Yeah, so it's the ghost print. I took the stencils off, but you can also see like the little tears of the paper, which I thought was really cool. So it's like a crackle effect, which, yeah, I like that one. But I'll probably add to it because some of the words aren't that clear. Then, of course, my amazement over this still hasn't diminished. I just think this is it is magic. I'm sure it's magic. Yeah, so I love it. And that orange on the back is a really cool colour combination. Definitely going to be doing more of those. Then I pulled a ghost print, which I don't know if I shared, but yeah, it's not come out as well, but in other areas it has come out better. So you can see more detail on the building on this one, and she's obviously wearing a crop top. You can't see that there, that line is gone, but obviously I do need to give her some sort of head. And I'll show you what I've been making from the other prints from previous videos. Right, so I've still got a huge pile of prints to do something with, but I have been making some ATCs. So I've just been chopping them up into ATC sizes, and then she'll stick them onto card. I've added some stamping to some of them, so this one here has got some crackle on it, and I've also added a piece from a it's actually from the front of a music sheet, it's the price, so I've added that, and I'll be continuing to add some more bits. Again, I've added a bit of crackle stamp to that one. That's the crackle stamp from Amala. And then I was inspired by Lorna Callahan's video. She'd been doing some painty papers, and she had cut them up into washi tape, which I thought was a really cool idea. So that's basically what I have done with some of these bits and pieces. I've also got some slightly larger bits. So these would be cool for journaling and ATCs. And that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hop along to the other ladies in the collaboration, because there really is so much fantastic inspiration out there. And until next time, cheerio.